Peace, 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 peace. Yo, Bankroll, what's the word? Brother Sam, peace. Okay, you at Invest Fest. Good shit, good shit. How's it going? Hey, Bankroll, it ain't slapping without me. They ain't got that in-depth crypto Bitcoin block bully talk there. That's when it'll slap. But no, they doing good, though. They doing good. Shout out to everybody that's at Invest Fest. All right, all right. How's everybody doing today? Y'all already see what's going on in the market. We got a nice pump based off of some news. We got a couple of stories we are going to be covering. Definitely going to take an updated look at the charts. Me, myself, and I'm not yet convinced of a full reversal. You know, maybe a news-induced pump, and then a possibility of a continuation to the downside, right? Nah, they canceled the class in North Carolina because of the hurricane. They canceled the class in North Carolina because of the hurricane. So no North Carolina. We'll be rescheduling it. We'll be rescheduling it. All right, we'll be rescheduling the North Carolina event. But nonetheless, markets are green, markets are pumping. Will the pump last? That is the question. Is the pump going to last? That's the question. Bitcoin right now at 117,000. Let's take a look real quick, see what we got going on. You know what? Let's look at a weekly. There we go. There we go. All right, so this is a higher time frame, right? As of right now, a dragonfly candlestick. Come to Charlotte. All y'all gotta do is book me. Hey, I'll travel anywhere. All y'all gotta do is book me. Buy the train ticket, because I don't travel by plane. Buy the train ticket. I'll be wherever you need me to be. You know? Room, board, and then my fee. I'm in your city. I'm in your city. Anyways, peace, power, and prosperity, family. How we doing out there? Y'all already know what time it is. Bitcoin Block Bully coming to you once again with an early rising show of coffee and crypto. It is Financial Fridays. Bitcoin at 117,000, holding the $112,000 support level. Didn't we just cover a story where they said price wasn't going to go below 112? Didn't we just cover a story where they were stating that? Interestingly, seeing the bounce right now, but we're not out of the woodworks yet. Really what you'll be looking for, right? To really turn things around for Bitcoin. This is really what you'll be looking for. I'm going to set an alert there. You really need to close above 119.5, right? Let's go ahead and put the coordinates, 119,500. There we go. There we go. Set an alert once per minute, crossing up. That way we get the heads up if we do take out this previous high right here. All right? That way we do get a heads up if we do take out this previous high. So if we fail to take out the previous high, we can look for a retest of 112. If we lose 112, we can look at a possibility of $105,000. As of right now, 112,000 is a line in the sand. To the downside, 119,500 is a line in the sand to the upside. Take out 119,500 with a closure. We'll look back at 124, moving north towards $127,000 as the next possible target on Bitcoin. All right. We break this down on a daily, and we look at the most recent high to the most recent low. Open this up. There we go. We can see we're just coming up on the golden ratio. We're just coming up on the golden ratio. So what we'll be looking for on a daily is a close above 116,500. We need to close above 116,500 in order to see further continuation to 118 to 119,005. All right, that's that 119.5 we talked about, the 61.8. If we can close above there, then I'll look for a continuation move back up to 124, $125,000. Right? If we fail 116,500, look for a retest of 114 to $112,000 back down to the downside. Okay. Now there is some news. There is some things in the news, right? We do have Bitcoin price charges to 116, now 117, as Fed's Powell hints at an interest rate cut. It goes on to state, Bitcoin recovered from a trip to 6-week lows as Fed Chair Jerome Powell gives strong dovish clues over where interest rates will head in September. The key points: Bitcoin's return to 117,000 after gaining over 2% in minutes, thanks to dovish comments from Fed. So it's a news-induced pump. News-induced pump. What's the name of the story? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Huh? Ain't that the name of the game? To buy the rumor and then sell the news. So if you would have heard about a possible rate cut, you would have already made your positions, to which you would be selling off those positions into this most recent pump. Right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay? It goes on to state that risk assets and crypto rose immediately while the U.S. dollar strength fell. And what I did see is gold pumped on the lower time frame, silver pumped on the lower time frame. A lot of your assets pumped on the lower time frame. But in the big scheme of things, the big picture, nothing really truly changed just yet. That's why we're setting these levels to see if there is a major shift in change and what's actually going on. In fact, you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm actually want to put a let's see. Let's go down to a 3-minute real quick. Let me see. What is that on the daily though? 114.71. 114.71. So that means we want 114.71. 114.71. 114.738. So we'll put it here. See if we end up taking out this level to the downside. Whoop, hold on. Let me actually get rid of that last one. There we go. All right. Now let me go back in it. Alert. Crossing down once per minute. There we go. That way I get the alert if we break back below 114,700. All right. That's what we're looking for on a lower time frame. All right. Back to the story. Now, it goes on to state. Bitcoin spiked to 116, but it's at 117,000 on Friday as the U.S. Federal Reserve hinted that it would cut interest rates. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView followed volatile price action as Fed Chair Jerome Powell delivered a policy speech. Powell took to the stage at the annual Jackson Hole Economic Symposium, traditionally an opportunity to hint at upcoming policy moves. The current situation with inflation and the labor market, he said, may warrant adjusting the Fed's monetary policy stance. Markets immediately reacted, with crypto and other risk assets jumping while the U.S. dollar strength tumbled. Bitcoin versus U.S. dollars gained over 3%, helping lift the pair from local lows of 111,000, its lowest level since July 10th. It goes on to state that the good bounce from the range low swept on the back of dovish Powell, going to remain volatile for the rest of the day. Somebody said it's going to remain volatile. Time will tell. In my humble opinion, time will tell. Commentator the Kingfish noted that the price had taken bid liquidity during the trip to the lows. High leverage liquidation map from this morning. Okay, so high liquidations. Bitcoin is showing bullish divergence again with oversold RSI on the 4-hour and 6-hour. Maybe even the 12-hour, maybe the daily. It's not on the daily yet. All at key $112,000 support. Wolf of Wall Street continued just before Powell began speaking. Anything can happen, but always interesting when very strong signals appear in alignment with news events. Remember, buy the rumor, sell the news. Considering the implications of Powell's choice of words, market participants were skewed in favor of the Fed cutting interest rates at its upcoming meeting in September. It appears that the Fed Chair Powell is setting the stage for a September rate cut. Trading resource, the Kobesi letter summarized. Kobesi suggested that the Fed would cut by 25 basis points, a view echoed by market expectations. As Cointelegraph reported, uncertainty had previously reigned over the September outcome as Powell stuck by his hawkish tone amid rising inflationary cues and uncertainty over U.S. trade tariffs. Let's go ahead and take one more look. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at 116,725. We're back below 117. Ethereum Ethereum 4,641, sold at $194, ADA at 91 cents. Now, what's interesting is that this is kind of like that inflow outflow that you see every once in a while, right? Whereas if you would have looked at the would you recommend? Not right now. With something going on with their audit, I would not recommend selling protocol right now in any way, shape, or form. OKB was running yesterday when the market was tanking. Today the market's running and OKB is pulling back. So you're always going to see that market rotation of capital every once in a while. Now, check this out. $70 billion DeFi protocol Aave. I told y'all. JP Morgan of the space goes live in the Aptos ecosystem expansion. Come on, man. For those that are tuning in right now, tapping in, right? For those that are tuning in and tapping in. What's going on, Kels the Great? Peace. Deron Jackson, Tone from Chicago, Big Posture. Ellis, Miss Lipstick and Curls, what's going on? The Real Artist Gemini, Peace Queen. Reefer Empire, Patton Jalee. Hey, for those of you that are out there in earshot right now, by a show of hands, how many of you are utilizing Aave as your main form of banking right now? Or the alternative form of banking? Show of hands. How many out there are Aave OGs? Where my Aave OGs at? Miss Vivian Bay, what's going on? Viviana? I don't know why I said Vivian. Viviana Bay, peace. Islam. Brother Courtney Johnson, peace. Where my Aave OGs at? Where's my Aave OGs at? Where's my Aave OGs at? Viviana Bay says she's getting ready to set hers up today. Congratulations. It goes on to state, Aave enters a blockchain with few competitors, with only one top 5 Aptos protocol having a TVL of 1 billion or more. Aave, which I like to call the JP Morgan of the space, right? In my humble opinion, a decentralized finance protocol with 70 billion in net deposits has launched on Aptos, a layer 1 blockchain founded by former Meta employees. Now let's take a look real quick and see how Aave is performing with the most recent news. Let's see how we performing over here. Decent on the daily. We really what you're looking for out of Aave, right? Open this up a little bit so y'all can see it a little bit better. Right? What you're really looking for Aave is to be able to break through the 786 wall, right? You got a nice little, in fact, you kind of got an ascending triangle here. Let me measure this out. I didn't notice that before when I was doing my analysis this morning. You kind of got an ascending triangle here. Let me measure this out real quick and see what the breakout target is. Let's see what the breakout target is. Hold on. QML said, I literally live off Aave. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. Let's see. What would a breakout from here look like? That'll give you a move close to the 141 for around $520, $530. Not too bad. So what you're looking for on Aave to see this breakout come to fruition and see somewhere around 400, 470 to 576. You're looking for a daily closure above $340. Let me put this out there real quick, though. Always remember, y'all, this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Please don't take it as any type of financial advice. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. Any and everything that I'm telling you could be 100% wrong. Always go do your own due diligence, please. I am not trained. I have no certificates, no degrees in any type of financial or economic studies. I am self-taught, and I could have taught myself the wrong shit. So please go do your own due diligence. Always. All right. Anyways, as long as we holding 290, hey, 290, big shout out to out west. Big shout out to out west. As long as it's holding 290, we all good. We just need to break through 340. Right? From there, we see $400. From there, we get 477. But what we'll be doing, right? We'll be playing out this ascending triangle right here. You see it? Look at that ascending triangle. We'll be playing out that ascending triangle right there. Always Dior. Always Dior. All right. Now, it goes on to state, this move may deepen stablecoin and liquid staking token liquidity on the blockchain. Oh, hold on. There we go. 2 asset classes subject to regulation in 2025. According to an announcement shared with Cointelegraph, Aave will support 4 coins native to the blockchain at launch. Stablecoins USDC, USDT, Aptos, meaning we're going to be able to collateralize our Aptos and take out loans. Hopefully they're going to have the swap options over there. This is a game changer. And Athena staked USDE, right? This right here, that Athena staked USDE, this right here, Joe. This right here. This right here is going to be key. Hold on me. I like that. My apologies for the noise in the background. They're working on my roof right now. And I'm literally on the second story or on what? Yeah, second story of my house. So they're literally like right above me tearing the roof down. But anyways, the Aptos Foundation will provide users with rewards and liquidity incentives to promote the use of Aave on the Aptos blockchain. The arrival of Aave could deepen liquidity, stablecoin liquidity on the blockchain as the fiat-pegged currencies are experiencing a breakthrough and are one of the industry's most discussed use cases. Let's go ahead and Google this real quick. I want to just y'all get an idea of what it is, right? So Athena staked USDE is an ERC20 token representing the staked version of Athena's synthetic dollar USDE. Users stake their USDE through the staked USDE smart contract to receive SUSDE, which accrues staking rewards over time. SUSDE is designed to be a price stable and fully crypto native, with its backing derived from a delta neutral strategy involving both on-chain crypto collateral and derivative markets. So now what you're looking at, right? What you're looking at, let me get back to the story. There we go. What you're looking at is an asset, a stable coin that's going to accrue in interest on top of whatever extra interest Aave may give you just by holding it. All right. But it goes on to state that the arrival could deepen stablecoin liquidity on the blockchain as the fiat-pegged cryptocurrencies are experiencing a breakthrough and are one of the industry's most discussed use. You know, you got people right now. This is hey, look, I'm going to tell you how you know that you all are early. For those of you that know what stable coins are, you literally got people right now asking, how do I invest in stable coins? What do you think? Where do you think stable coin is going to go? And it's like, what? I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I have used some on Hedera. Why wouldn't more blockchains implement Aave? It's not really about the blockchain. It's really about, remember, it's a governance system. So it has to be voted in. Aave just can't do whatever they want. It's about the token holders voting in what they want to happen and how they want to, move forward with certain things. So all they got to do is put a proposal. All they got to do is buy them some tokens, put up a proposal to get it over there, and it can happen, right? But this is how you know you're early, y'all. When you got people asking you, how do you invest in stable coins? It's like, what? Like, man, do you think stable coin is going to go up? It's like, what? It's a stable coin. That's how you know that they're so new. They're thinking it's a new investment. They're thinking it's a new coin. They're thinking it's something that's going to do 100x. Just like when Ripple was bringing out RLUSD. People, man, how can I get some RLUSD? It's like, bro, it's just a stable coin. Like, it's literally just a stable coin. Like, I mean, yeah, you can implement it on different DeFi protocols on RxPL DeFi ecosystem, right? But it's not something you invest in with the expectation of the price going up. Yeah, right, brother Henry. It's only worth $1. He said they got burnt on RLUSDs. What you mean, Kels? What you mean by that? What you mean they got burnt? You mean buying it thinking the price is gonna go up or something like that? Hey, you have people try to put thousand. Man, I got $1,000. I want to put in RLUSD. So you must just want $1,000. And like what do you mean? Anyway, the launch comes as Aave positions itself to take advantage of new collateral markets, such as liquid staking tokens, LSTs, which are a type of token given to users who stake assets contributing to network security. These tokens can be used for DeFi activities such as lending or trading. By expanding the Aptos, Aave increases access to lending, borrowing, and savings to a new, faster growing community. And Aave spokesperson told, I should go see if I could be a spokesperson or something like that for them. There were people buying OTC for, wow, they're paying a premium on a fucking stable coin? Oh, people, if you can only see me hitting my forehead right now, we have to learn. Miss Cuban Jenny, what's going on, Queen Wealthy Rising? Peace, peace, peace. We have to learn, y'all. We got to learn. Aave enters an ecosystem with few DeFi protocol competitors. Of the top 5 protocols listed by DeFi Llama, only one has a total value locked of over 1 billion, and that's PancakeSwap at 2.1 billion. Let's take a look at Cake. Hey, it's a lot of these tokens that don't get really any shine, which just may be a decent investment. Let's take a look at yeah, we in this right. I was looking at Cake. Look at that. Beautiful formation. Look at that. Hold on. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Beautiful formation. Breakout target 1512. Right now you're trading at 275. Breakout target right about there. 15. What was it? 1512. Hold on. 1512. There we go. And you're holding the highs. You're holding the highs close to your resistance level. All you're waiting to do is break out. That's all you're waiting to do. This is Cake, the native token of PancakeSwap. Now you do not yet have a buy on the UT bot alerts, right? But you can front run it though. And look at the amount of volume that came in over here on the weekly. Look at that. Holy shit. Look at the amount of buying volume that came in. What week was this? The week of March 17th and the week of February 10th. Very high buy volume. The highest it's ever seen, actually. Going back to 2021, actually. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, you got a lot of actual synthetic dollars in the system that aren't backed by treasuries. They're backed by collateralized different cryptocurrencies like DAI, SUSD, SUSDE. There's actually a number of different synthetic dollars, algorithmic dollars, and the such. But yeah, Cake, in my humble opinion, I think Cake is in a consolidation accumulation area. I do think that it's undervalued. Have you had any individuals on the institutional side hit you up about DeFi? Oh, hell yeah. It depends on what you mean. Like, you talking about people that work in banks and whatnot, hedge funds? Hell yeah, definitely. But nah, Cake doesn't look too bad for me. You got highs here at $40 some odd, right? And not saying that it can or it will, but if Cake was to ever reach its previous high again, you're looking at over a 1,300% return. There we go. You're looking at over a 1,300% return if it was ever to reach its previous highs ever again. So then they're saying that has the highest TVL over there right now at 2.1 billion. Decentralized finance is a sector of crypto that has blossomed in recent years, driven by the utility of accessing mainstream financial services without intermediaries, which is just another word for middlemen. In DeFi, users can engage in many activities, including lending, market making, investing, and trading. It also has caught the attention of indexes and regulators recently. On Saturday, it was revealed that the S&P Dow Jones Indices is considering licensing and listing tokenized versions of its popular benchmarks on DeFi protocols and exchanges. Are y'all hearing this? Are y'all? Yeah, hell yeah. I actually had a CPA come over here to the house and sit down with me because number one, she didn't believe in crypto. She thought it was a scam. She didn't believe in DeFi. She didn't understand discharge and debt. I took her through a step-by-step process on how we discharge debt, and she brought up her own charts, not charts. What was it? What did she use? I actually printed it out, but she did her own checks and balances on the way that I discharged debt, and everything added up in the end. She was like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, now, albeit to be honest with you, we were sitting in this house for like 4 or 5 hours going through all of this, and it wasn't me trying to convince her of anything about cryptocurrency. It was just me showing her the facts of what's going on. You get what I mean? But anyways, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? S&P, Dow Jones, tokenized. Last week in the U.S. Treasury issued a notice soliciting input on the potential addition of digital ID verification for DeFi. See, they fucking shit up with all this. A tool the entity says will be used to fight crypto crime. And look, I'm gonna tell you what they always. This is how over the years, right? This is just a whole nother lesson, right? This has to go into law. The way that they've been able to take certain freedoms away, right, has been by them saying that this is how we fight crime. This is how we fight crime. Do you know at one point in time you did not need to have a license, a FOID card, a carry conceal to have a firearm? Do you know that? Did y'all know that up until recently, when Governor Pritzker made the ghost guns illegal, that ghost guns wasn't nothing more than a private firearm with no serial number? The illegalities of it was in the gray area, as long as it wasn't just possessing it. It was more so what you did with it, right? They're always using the term crime to take away certain freedoms that we would have in any other sense, right? Understand that, think of it like this, right? ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. They regulate the commerce or commercial business of that sector. But at one point in time, alcohol, tobacco, and firearm, alcohol was made naturally, tobacco was grown out the ground, firearms were able to be created by their own and sold willingly by the creator. They've taken all that, right? Same thing if you look at a lot of laws that we have now. A lot of them were derived from the Christian black codes. If you're not familiar with the Christian black codes, go look it up. That's why we have such things as marriage licenses. Why would you need a license to get married? Remember, to fight crime, to fight illegal marriage. Hey, it's a lot of... Anyways. Moving right along. The era of real-world assets, DeFi looping, is here. Anybody know what DeFi looping is? I've been showing y'all how to loop for probably about 5-6 years now, maybe 7 years. Anybody here want to give an explanation to the chat what DeFi looping is? Anybody? Anybody? Yep, and that comes with all doing your own research, Brother Kels. And that's the thing about this space. It's so much that you got to look for. I was helping a client yesterday look through the audits on a new XRP platform that just dropped, Doppler Finance. And her community was asking, man, how do you go about figuring out, is this a reputable platform or not? And I'm like, one thing you want to do is you want to go look for the audits. Go read the audit, right? See, number one, has it been audited? You get what I mean? Our people never used to have social security numbers and birth certificates either. Those things were created by the system, 100%. That's them after workout book knowledge. Yeah, that's the after workout book knowledge, 100%. That's that after. Hey, you got it, Full Circle Fitness. That's that after workout book knowledge. That's why I try to get me a read in every time I get done working out. Sit in the hot tub, read a good book, feed the work the mind out after you work the muscles out. Yeah, they banging the hell out of this. Is a reallocation of your debit to more exposure. You know what it is, acronym. But use it in a DeFi sense, utilizing Aave. How would you loop your position? What time is it? I'm tripping. What time is it? 11:16. Okay. Do you fear that they will try to regulate DeFi? Yeah, it's always a fear. Always a fear. You already see what they did with platforms like Tornado Cash and Samurai Wallet, right? Locking people up just for writing code. Even though I think Samurai Wallet did admit to doing some type of money laundering. But anyways, Lupin is a proven DeFi strategy offering higher yields with transparent, managed risk, and is set to become key in on-chain portfolios as tokenized real-world assets grow, bridging traditional and decentralized finance. Is Lupin using earnings to invest in other assets? Nope. Bully, do you believe Bitcoin is still following the 4-year cycle, or are we seeing something different? It's a little too early to tell right now because we just left out of a 4-year cycle. I hear that commentary everywhere, but for me right now, it's a little bit too early to say. It has been operating differently though. I'll give Bitcoin that, but to say that the 4-year cycle is over, I won't. Honestly, you can't tell until the data is proven, and until that next 4-year comes around, I'm not going to say that the 4-year cycle is broken at all. You get what I'm saying? I need more data. Is Bitcoin performing differently? Hell yeah, a lot of institutional money, way more money. But I'm not just going to flat out say that the 4-year cycle is broken. You get what I'm saying? Now, what is DeFi Lupin and how does it work? DeFi Lupin is a yield amplification mechanism built on correlated collateral and debt. The essence of Lupin is yield-bearing assets, tokens that grow in value over time. Good examples include liquid staking tokens like Lido's Wrapped Stake ETH, synthetic dollars like Athena's USDE, or tokenized private credit funds like Hamilton Lane Scope. The process begins by depositing such a yield-bearing asset, like Wrapped ETH, into a money market account, borrowing a closely related asset against it, in this case Ethereum, and allocating the borrowed amount back into the yield-bearing version, e.g. staking ETH on ETHify, and then redepositing it as collateral. That is one full loop. One of the most widely adopted looping structures in Wrapped Stake ETH, pair with ETH on lending platforms such as Spark. Now, I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with their looping strategy. I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with their looping strategy. The fact that they're borrowing a like asset, right? I understand what they're doing as far as hedging it. I understand that process, which in an unsavory market I may do. But when we're on the verge of a continuation of what I think is a larger bull market, my strategy would have been to deposit the yield-bearing asset as collateral, borrow a stable coin, swap the stable coin to the underlying asset that I want to redeposit it, and then redeposit it. That way my debt does not grow with the underlying capital of the deposits, right? Because as your deposit is growing, your debt's growing with it. So you're really not making up for that position. All you're getting is a better yield. I would rather get yield along with more profits. You get what I'm saying? That's what I would rather have. Okay? So I don't agree with their strategy, though I do understand their strategy. It goes on to state that Wrapped ETH or WeETH accrues staking. No, this is what is WE? What platform is that from? Athena, Wrapped Athena USD. Wrapped Athena ETH accrues. It might be Athena. No, EtherFi. It's from EtherFi. There it is. Wrapped ETH or Wrapped EtherFi ETH accrues staking rewards, so one unit gradually becomes worth more than ETH over time. So what they're doing is they're going to get the Wrapped version and then borrow one ETH and then change the one ETH into the Wrapped version. That way, the Wrapped version accumulates more than the ETH that they borrow, which then does give them a little bit of premium over, right? It then does give them a little bit premium over. But I wouldn't borrow ETH though. That's just my own personal opinion. Like I don't want to hedge. I want a leverage position, 1.5. So you only owe dollar back instead of so you only owe the dollar back, exactly. Kale said, I suggest getting Bully's book, Secure Crypto Creditor, for deeper explanation of what he's teaching right now. Life-changing info. I appreciate that. Kale. And that is one of the better written books that I did put out. For those that are interested, you can go to blockwallstreet.io. In fact, you know what I'm going to do today? Let me see. What do I got on here? I'm going to give a 50% discount today on everything on my website. All past courses, all books, 50% discount. I need to get more classes up here because I should have way more classes than this. I should have way more classes than this. I'm going to get my other classes up here, Introduction to Base. I'm going to get all those up there today, but I'm going to be giving a 50% discount on everything on the website. Let me see. What am I going to make the code? What am I going to make the code? What am I going to make the code? Let's make the code. What's today's date? Today's 8/22, 25, 8/22. 8/22. No, that's dumb. Let me see. What should the code be? Is crypto an option for discount on the website? Not on the website, but in my private Discord it is. If you want to be part of the private Discord, just send me an email to blockwallstreetwork@proton.me. BLOCKWALLSTREETWORK@PROTON.me. But the book that Brother Kales is talking about, do I have it up here? I should have it up here. Yep. Right here, sovereign-minded aspects of the blockchain, but the price isn't right. No, the price isn't right. It should be this book should be $200. Yeah, the price is not right. I gotta change that. But yeah, that's the book he's talking about. So I'm gonna put some more Black Moon. Black Moon, that should be the Loop. Ah, there we go, Loop. That is gonna be it. That is gonna be it. Loop. I like that. Say less. I'm copying that book today because as someone who is into crypto, I still don't have the advanced knowledge yields, for example. I'm learning though. Hey, stick to it. You're gonna get it. The new site looks awesome. Man, don't thank me. Thank the builders. Thank the builders. I'm copying that freedom class. Spirits be looking out, good looking. No doubt, because it's Ethereum season. Yep, it is ETH season. Yeah, from what I read, we didn't have social security numbers until 1989 or something. Yeah, all that's just part of the system. All that's part of the system. All of that is part of the system. Now, SharpLink Gaming approves another approves 1.5 billion stock buyback to boost its ETH treasury. What does that mean? They're coming to buy more Ethereum. What did Kels just say? Because it's Ethereum season. Come on, man. So yeah, we're going to use the code LOOP. We're going to use the code LOOP. Yep. Code LOOP. That's going to give you 50% off everything on my website, except upcoming classes. But use the code LOOP to get 50% off all my past classes, books, everything. All right? I'm going to have more classes up there later on today, too. We do have class tonight. No, Loop, L-O-O-P, like the story we just read. Hold on. Right here, Loop. This is the code, Loop. Okay? Now, I'm going to be showing some looping strategies tonight in class as we show how to maximize our Ethereum holdings. All right? Let me see. Did I put that back? Let me see. We get that back on the website. Let's go to upcoming classes. Let me see. We got it back up there. Yep, we do. Yep. Let me make sure this is for tonight. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. All right. So this is tonight's class, how to maximize ETH returns using staking and derivatives. This is not going to be half off. You can join tonight's class. Or if you don't want to be in the class live, you can wait till after the class is done. This will be added to the month of September for my dang, what was the name of it? What do we call it? Netflix? No, it's Net. What do we call it? What do we call it? FinFlix. I'm gonna call it FinFlix, Financial Flicks, which is a monthly subscription that I started in my Discords that gives the individual access to, as of right now, somewhere around 32, 33, or 34 of my past classes for $100 a month. Way better than any Hulu subscription. You're gonna get way more value out of it. If you want to grow, if you want to build financial wealth, and have the leisure to do it on your own time, because you can watch any class, any time of the day, morning, night, middle, half. Hey, there's another platform that did that too. There's another platform that tokenized gold that can be staked too. Finflix. Yep, Finflix. There we go. Netflix. Finflix. I like Finflix. Financial Flix. I like Finflix. I like that. ETH is definitely about to go crazy each season. Yeah. Bitflix? No, I like Finflix. Finflix is cool. Finflix is cool. So look, if you want access to the free Discord, either DM me on Instagram, but I got to be following you. If I'm not following you, I'm not going to see your DM. If I'm not following you, send an email to blockwallstreetwork@proton.me if you want to get access to the free Discord. If you need any type of assistance, any type of help. And yeah, with that being said, y'all, I got to get up out of here. It is time for me to take a little time out, read the Quran for Juma. I appreciate everybody who was able to tune in and tap in for today's show of Coffee and Crypto with the Bitcoin Block Bully, Financial Fridays. I appreciate you all. Until the next one, peace, power, and prosperity, family. We are out of here.